Hey everyone, it's Sharon Devonish Lead, and welcome to another edition of NetStruck Talks. And today I have a special guest who is going to be talking about women and self care. See you in a few. Welcome again. It's your girl, Sharon Devonish Lead, your host for NetStruck Talks. And I'm excited today to have a very good friend of mine who we met at our coaches retreat. And when I saw this woman, immediately I said, oh no, wait a minute, I'm doing something wrong. Because when you see this woman and her biceps, you'll be like, what in the world? I am excited to bring on to the stage Orlandina Balan, who is the founder of the Fitter Woman University. And she's going to be talking to us today about women and self-care. And Orlandina, come on, show the biceps. Look, come on. I had to cover my arms. I had to cover my arms. Oh my goodness. Orlandina, thank you so much for joining us today. And this is something that has been going on for quite some time. You know, women are always not really putting ourselves first. We put everybody else first, everybody and everything first. Yeah. And you have been in the business for how long in helping women to, really self-care, healthy eating, just really getting the biceps of what you have. But talk to us a little bit about, the Fitter Women University, what you have been doing for the past umpteen years in helping women be healthy and just love themselves.
I have been in the education space for over 20 years, but I've been in the health space for over 10 years. And because I saw what health and wellness did for me, by day I'm an educator. So you are in a space in a classroom, and the children need everything from you. And especially now with the pandemic, things change. We're put under so much more stress. And I saw that by being in health and wellness, it helped me to be my best possible me. So it was when I started my journey, I wanted to bring other women with me because I see how important it is for us. We, like you said before, we put everybody first, our families, our businesses, our communities, and we pencil, we don't even pen ourselves. We pencil ourselves in at the bottom of our to-do list. And then we will erase it. We will move things around and erase it and putting ourselves last. And it's like the worst possible place for us because everything we want to do starts from us. Everyone that we need to take care of begins with us.
And it's so funny you say we pencil and then we erase. I was just having a conversation with my husband yesterday, and he was telling me, he was like, you know what, you need to pencil me in because you're just doing so many things. And I was like, no, you know what, I'm gonna Sharpie you in where I can't erase it. I can't. It's stuck there for it. I can't do anything with it. And we need to start thinking like that. We need to start thinking like, okay, you know what, I have to not pencil me time in or self-care time in. I need to Sharpie this in. And this has to be on a consistent basis daily. But we just don't know how to do that. And that's where the Fitter Women University comes in. So talk to us a little bit in terms of what the Fitter Women University Woman is all about. How do you help busy women like ourselves to really fit in self-care? And I love your tagline, and I want you to talk about the tagline also, because you have a couple of taglines in the workshop. But talk to us about in terms of, how do you help the busy woman with the Fitter Women University?
So what I do is I help the busy woman to reclaim her time and her waistline. So the Fitter Women University is founded on 5 basic principles: exploration, education, empowerment, encouraging, and to connect and serve. But the 2 biggest components is encouraging and empowering. Because I think women need to feel as if they've been given permission to put themselves first, because as women, we're nurturers. So what we do with the Fitter Women University is we first encourage you to make sure you put yourself first. And we literally will have you put yourselves in your calendar, because as you said, you make time for your husband. You said, I'm going to Sharpie you in. That means that time cannot be touched. Well,
Right.
your me time needs to be like that too. You need to put yourself in your Google Calendar or whatever calendar system that you have, and make sure you make, even if it's just 30 minutes for
Mhm.
yourself. And that is your untouchable time.
Right.
That me time cannot be touched. And if you move it, it has to be replaced or placed someplace else. So that's one thing we do. And then now we begin to empower you. That's the next component. I give you tools, I give you strategies, we give you tips, and then I bring in other resources. So we have 30-minute workouts, we have 15-minute workouts. All you got to do is turn on the computer and click in, and there's your workout. Your meal plan is provided for you. I have now even connected with a health coach who does meal planning, and she also does meal delivery services. So
Oh,
these are
wow.
services, yeah, these are services that are coming into Fitter Women University. So she's a health coach as well. So I'm doing everything that I can to make it as easy as it is for you. So it's literally a click of a button. Turn it on and make that time for you.
So you're making it a one-stop shop for
Yeah.
that busy woman. We don't have to go different places. Like, listen, hey, you got 10 minutes to work out. You have, your meal planning. You have this, you have that. It's literally just one-stop shop, one place. We just go and just click and just keep it moving.
Exactly. One
Yeah.
place, because you're busy. You don't have time to be sitting there looking for everything. And
Exactly.
those services have been vetted by myself, because I'm very, very particular about, for me, even for me, like what type of coaching I have, what type
Right.
of meals am I. So if I'm particular for me, I'm going to be very particular for the ladies that I serve. And that's very important to me.
And it's so important, like what you said, because again, we're so busy. Women are just busy, period. I don't care what capacity, what you're doing, whether you're a stay-home mom or you're working your career woman, you are an entrepreneur, regardless what, you are a busy woman and you literally have to figure out. So you also deal with mindset as well, because that's something where we have not been programmed to carve out this time. So when we try to and we fail, how do you help women come back on track?
So one of the things that I find is very, very important, especially when it comes to women, that we are surrounded by like-minded people. Women are community. We believe in community. So when you come into Federal University, you're going to be surrounded by other women who got you, other women who may have had the experiences that you have. I don't have 3 kids. If somebody has 3 kids and says, hey, this is what I do to make sure I make time for the kids, but I make sure I make time. Here's some time-saving tips,
Right.
time-saving strategies. And the other thing that we do is we make sure you understand your why. One of
Mm,
the things I ask my clients is, do you make movement your priority, or is it something that you pencil in at the bottom, or you just kind of squeeze it in? And most people say, I just kind of fit it in wherever I can. And I ask them why. Because I'm busy.
mm,
I got to get the kids here. I got to get to the office. I got to open up the shop. I've got to do this, this, this. And then I
right.
ask them, what vehicle do you use to make those things happen? They say your car. I said, nope, there's something else that you hop in before you hop into your car. What is that? Your body. When you
Mm,
begin to realize that the first thing that you wake up in is your body, and the last thing you go to sleep in, it is your body. It begins to make that why a little bit more important. Because
right.
if this body is not well, and I also call it, this is your temple. Before you step to
Absolutely.
any church, any synagogue, any mosque, you woke up in this. The creator saw fit to put breath in this. The
Hmm.
creator saw fit to put breath in this because you have a purpose, right? And you along with your purpose, you have these roles to play. So if your body is not well, you will not be able to accomplish your roles as a mom, as a wife, as a business owner, and you will not be able to accomplish your purpose. So
Right.
let's establish that why, and that begins to change that mindset, because you realize how precious you are.
It's important to change that mindset, especially when you're doing something that you have not done. And I commend you for having a program like this, the Fitter Women University program like this, because, you know, we're not in that space. I'll be honest with you. How long have we met each other? And I was like, Orlandina, we're gonna work out. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do, and it's definitely that mindset. So how do you get those women that wants to do it, but it's just like, like me, like just touching the water in my toe. It's like, I want to get there. I do in my head. I want to, but what is that first initiative that you can get women to say, hey, listen, you can do this, I'm with you? What's that first step?
That first step is I become a pain in your behind, is what it is. I honestly, because I've tried other methodologies, and I say, and I have to be that person. So when you come into the program, I'm constantly checking in, and
Mhm,
then you find your accountability partner, because
mhm,
it's easy to fall off. I'm not even going to be like, hey, I'm an athlete, okay? I'm a professional bodybuilder. My coach has to check up on me. Did you get your meal plan? Are you following what I told you to do? Because I get busy, because I have other things going on. You
right,
need other people around you that are going to push you forward, because everybody falls off. It doesn't make you a failure. It doesn't mean that you don't have the ability to stay focused. Not that at all. Life happens to everyone. But what I find to be most important is, who do you surround yourself with? So I'm that person until you connect with somebody, and then now you hold each other accountable, because if not, it's hard. It's
it is.
easier to revert back to where we are. So
It
when
definitely
change,
is.
it's difficult, but if you have somebody going, hey sis, come on, you got this. It's a hard day today. Okay, no problem. I got you. Then keep pushing you forward. So you need that.
It's the circle, it's the community that you develop with each other for them to feel confident that they can actually do this. Because again, it's something that we're not thinking of. We want to, but we're
Yes.
not thinking of it. So we need that camaraderie. We need someone to say, hey, listen, you can do this. We got your back. Let's go for it, and then just start doing it.
Yeah.
Another thing that I know that you have started doing is you started doing these events to really engage women and really see firsthand and how it is to work with you. So you have an event coming up, but before we get into that, I want our viewers to listen to this.
Hey ladies, my name is Orlandina Balan, and I am the Fitful Woman, your holistic lifestyle coach. My team and I are coming to Long Island on March 26th, and we want to invite you and your girlfriends to join us for our Love in Motion dance event. For the past year, we've been struggling to reconstruct our minds, our bodies, and our lives. But now it's your time to shine. It's time to shed that pandemic mindset and those pandemic pounds. So now, let's reclaim your time and your waistline. Visit thefitterwoman.com and register now. See you then.
That is amazing. Did y'all see those biceps? Did you see those arms? I need to get there. I'm going to DR for the 27th wedding anniversary. I'm going to have those arms.
I got you, sis.
I'm going, but let's talk about this event that you have coming up in the next couple of weeks. This it's not a lot of time, so we want folks to know more and more about this so they can register, because you only have a limited amount of seating for this.
I do. I
So
only have a limited amount of seating because we want to make sure that you have the experience of a lifetime.
absolutely,
So this
absolutely.
event is in celebration of everything that women have gone through over the last 2 years. Like, ladies, we took a hit over the past 2 years. The kids were home in 2020, and it was all on us. Yes, you may have had a partner, but when it comes to certain things, it was all on you. Last year, you were trying to just get back from where you went, losing, trying to shed the pandemic pounds that, and trying to shed the pandemic mindset, pivoting, because we all, now everybody's like, well, what if this happens again? I need
Mhm.
to make a plan for that. That's pressure and stress. So
Right.
this year I said, no, we need to make sure that we make time for us. And I decided to put together this dance event because women love to dance. We love to get together with our girls. It's the first time in a long time we've been able to have a real girls' night out, and I wanted to
Mhm.
host this type of event. So we have this amazing dance instructor, K Slay Fitness, who's all about the sexy hips and the sexy heels. I also have a salsa instructor. It's just going to be a fun night of dancing. And then what
Mhm.
I also did is I brought other women from the self-care space. We've got hair, we've got makeup artists. I have um, a mental health counselor. I have a spiritualist. I even brought in a matchmaker. It's going to be a fun night celebrating being a woman, and also giving you the tools that you need to take care of yourself.
Which is important. Again, these type of events, and you have more coming up, but you're starting it off with events like this. So women will be able to see firsthand how they can work with you. and firsthand in terms of, okay, there is something that they need to identify that they're not doing to get their self-care. So you're bringing in these type of resources, you're bringing your expertise for women to identify with you, with your help, to say, hey, you know what, I need the help.
Yes.
Because sometimes we don't ask.
We
We
never
don't ask.
because it's always, I got it. I got it.
Mhm.
I got this. It's okay. I got this.
It's
Ladies,
that superwoman syndrome. That's what I
you know
keep
what? This is what we do. I got it. I'm not, I'm superwoman.
saying.
Listen, we're human beings. We fall, we falter, we have weak days, we
Exactly.
have, and it's okay. You know that saying, there's no I in team? That's right.
Mhm.
There's no I in team. This is why we need our community. And this is why I do these fitness events, because I bring the women together. I bring a community of women together with each event, and I address different aspects of womanhood because we're complex creatures and we
Mhm.
need different things addressed: our
Absolutely.
bodies, our minds, our spirit, just our finances. So I'm bringing all these things together just for us.
Absolutely. And it's important. It definitely is important. Now, I know we said that, the women that you work with are the busy women, don't have time to make time for themselves. But this particular event, who is this event for?
This is for any woman. Any woman. It could be. I mean, I'm really still catering it to the busy woman because I'm bringing everything in one space. But I want young women to come in too, because at some point this will be your life, and if you can start to take care of
Mm,
yourself in your 20s and 30s, you won't be in that space. You'll be further along than we are, because there are things, I'm sure Sharon, you would say the same thing. Like, I'm 45 now, and there are
mhm.
things that I wish I knew from my 20s. And I said,
Right.
you know what? Because it would make me, I would have, hit things a little bit quicker. Our journeys are our own, and it makes us who we are. But I believe that if we as women understand these things now from an earlier age, there's certain things we won't fall into, because you'll know yourself better and you'll realize that you're a precious resource and you don't need to be grinding in every space, at home, at
Right.
work, at church.
Right. Right. No, and it's true. And I'm glad that you said that you wanted it for every woman, because sometimes with different brands and services, it's not for everyone. But self-care is for everyone. And I'm glad that you are inviting the younger generation in, because you're right. Had I known what I know now 20 years ago, I would have probably had my life a little bit more structured, where you always think in your head, okay, I'm grinding, and that's perfect, that's good, where you can't be grinding 24/7. Like, you hear people say, I'm grinding, sleep is for the weak.
Yeah,
I love my sleep. I'm gonna be honest with you.
me
There's
too.
two things that I no, a couple of things that I do, but two things that I do for my self-care is sleep, and well, like I said, it's a couple of things, but sleep, and I shop. Like, that is a self-care moment for myself. I don't know if my husband likes it, but that's a self-care moment for myself. And then I do the couples massage with me and my husband. So, once a month, either a massage or a facial. But had I known that when I was younger, and for you to have this at an event where women come together and tell them, the younger generation, to say, hey, listen, there were things that we did when we were younger that we didn't know. So we're giving you this information now.
It's like
So
stepping into your aunties, when you were younger and you would walk
yeah,
into the living room and your aunties and your mom were talking and your grandmother, you walk into the living room, they're kikiing it up. And then you walk into the space, they're like, you could leave, they get quiet. But these are,
yep.
you know,
They
get
shut
out of
up. They're
here.
looking at you like this grown folk
It's
business. Like,
grown
no,
folks.
no.
Exactly. So now that 20-year-old can come into that grown folk, because she is going to be she is a becoming that grown folk. So it's good for us
Hmm.
to share that experience with them now, so that they don't get caught up out there. I was
Absolutely.
talking to a friend of mine yesterday, and she was talking about how, even being a parent, you got to schedule time with your children,
Yeah.
because as they get older, they're very, their interests are different.
Hmm.
You got to schedule that. You have to schedule your me
You
time. So
got
I
to
don't know what
schedule.
to do in terms of finding your therapy and scheduling time for that.
No, definitely, definitely. And before we close out, is there anything? Well, I know definitely. How is it that folks can get tickets? How can they learn more about the Love and Motion event, and also how to connect with you on the Fitter Women University?
I like to make things simple. Visit me at thefitterwoman.com. When I mean one stop shop, one stop shop. www.thefitterwoman.com. You'll find information about the Love in Motion. You'll find information about Fitter Woman University, and you'll find information about just anything that it means that comes in terms of wellness. And if you have any questions, you can always send me an email at thefitterwoman@gmail.com or info@thefitterwoman.com, and I'll be more than happy to connect with you. I'm also on social media at the Fitter Woman, so you can find me there. IG, Facebook, I'm there.
And you listen, she responds. So
Thank
she's
you.
not one of those that'll have it sitting there for a couple of days. Listen, folks, she has an event coming up. She is definitely looking for sponsors. She's looking for, individuals to pass the word around and to share. Like I said, this event is going to fill up quick. Why? Because women are looking to, one, get that breather. And this is going to be that breather day. It's at the end of Women's History Month. So we're really looking to just bring women together out here in Long Island and really just learn and understand and have fun. So I encourage everyone to please go to the website, thefitterwomen.com, and reach out to her. You can contact her on her website as well. Orlandina is one of those people that wants to help. Like I said, we've met last year and we have connected by the hip ever since.
Yes.
And like I told you, I was like, I want my arms to look like that. Now listen, you have an event, or you have another program that you have. What is that program called?
Ooh, that's called my flat belly tight booty boot camp. Yes. Flat belly tight. I love saying it. Flat belly tight booty boot camp.
And I'm
Yes, sir.
telling you, listen,
I love
the
it.
most fun but intense boot camp that you can take part in.
Yes.
So everyone, I appreciate having you, listening in for today's special guest today with Orlandina. And Orlandina, before we go, do you have anything else that you want to share with us?
Remember, your body is your temple. It is the most precious resource on the face of this earth, and it deserves your time and attention. So reclaim your time and reclaim your waistline.
Absolutely. So if you guys see this flyer around, whether on social media or even in some media outlets or whatever, make sure that you know that this is with Orlandina. And this event is coming up on the 26th, March 26th, closing out Women's History Month. What better way for women
Yeah.
to come together, understand self care for themselves, and learn about how they can too get themselves in a much better space? Thanks again, Orlandina. We really appreciate it. And I'll see you at the next NetStruck Talks.